This is the Beoplay H9i. Brand new headsets, they were released in January as a successor to the H9. They come in black and tan color and retail for $499. I've had the opportunity to have these headphones for about 3 weeks now, and it's been an interesting experience. First thing in the box are the headsets, then a pouch, which for the price should be a hard case, but I digress. An airplane adapter, 1/8" cord with a standard ends, USB-C charging, and it also works as an audio cable. Lastly, an instruction manual. I started out with the Bose QC35-2, tested out the Sony WH1000M2, moved on to the Bowers & Wilkins PX, and finally ended up here with the Bang & Olufsen. It has been an experience. First off, I must say that the Bang & Olufsen H9i is the all-around best I found from all of them. Here's why. Starting out with the comfort, the Bang & Olufsen are between the Bose QC35-2 and the Sony WH1000M2. They are not as supple as the Bose because by far the Bose are the most comfortable things I've ever felt, but they are a little more comfortable than the Sony WH1000M2. The difference is that the Bose uses somewhat of a leather composite which is thinner and feels supported by fabric, whereas the H9i uses a true lambskin leather. All of which are more comfortable than the PX, which literally felt like it pierced into my jaw. Over time, the leather cups literally felt more and more plush, and comfort increased. The headband I have limited opinions on because I have high hair, but it is made from a real leather, as the inside is made of a plush fabric, which for me gives a comfortable experience. Not once did I feel uncomfortable wearing these for long sessions. The air cups heat up depending on your surroundings. If it's a hot day, then these will definitely feel hot. However, room temperature, these feel natural. Build quality, second to none. Not plastic and thin aluminum like the Bose, no fake leather like the Sony, all thick aluminum, metal, and real leather. It's robust, no weak points in sight, a perfectly built product. In this category, only the Bowers & Wilkins and the H9i can compete because both I felt were the most robust. I went through many pairs of the Bose QC35-2 that came with melted plastic and leather, and in combination with the reports of cracked plastic on the Sonys, the H9i comes second to none. Features. The Bang & Olufsen H9i comes with a plethora of features, some of which I find use in and others which I have disabled, such as the proximity sensors in each ear cup. On paper, great feature to be able to pause and play music by removing the headsets. In practice, just like the Bowers & Wilkins PX, they were faulty and constantly paused music during wearing periods. Features I do appreciate is being able to adjust the sound signature in the app. I wish it did have the ability to set each frequency individually, but I wouldn't put it past Bang & Olufsen to release that in the future update. The touchpad is sometimes finicky, but it's fine to me. Slide forward and back to skip or return to the previous track, up to enable transparency mode, swipe down to enable and disable ANC, and tap to play and pause music. Do I prefer tactile buttons? Yes, because sometimes it didn't catch my presses or mistook them for pauses. However, a touchpad will likely last much longer than tactile buttons, so that could be a plus to some. The ports is what I'm excited the most about. I can play music from Bluetooth, a regular provided 1/8" cord, and also from USB-C. Yes, you can use the USB-C port to charge and play music through all at the same time. Unlike the other headphones which require you to have the headphones off while charging, these enable me to use the headphones with a clear USB stream while charging. Ear cups are as simple as twisting and removing. I think not many people value this, but it literally took me 30 minutes to figure out how to put new air cups on my M50X. Last but not least, the feature which I regard the most is the removable battery. With this, you can only get 18 hours, however, for being removable means I can own these headphones for years, and all I have to do is order new batteries. Yes, I called Bose and Sony customer support. You will have to throw away those headsets once the lithium batteries degrade. Noise cancellation. So right off the bat, I must say the Bose and Sony are the leader in this class. Sony is better than Bose because they use more white noise to draw out higher frequencies. Bose uses a pressure in order to improve its noise cancellation, which makes it feel nauseating the same. The H9i is probably the third best. It blocks out low humming noises like fans and air conditioners, but it struggles with high frequencies. Sudden sounds like voices or dropped items may pass through. All four I find did much better than the Bose and Wilkins PX, and I'll explain why in a little while. The H9i does perfectly fine for library visits, but I wouldn't say the same for loud coffee shops. For that, I would probably want the Bose or the Sony, if noise cancellation is your priority. But for aircraft use with a constant low hum, or to get work done in a moderately volume office or a library, these will feel silent. As for the comfort, using the noise cancelling, it does have a slight pressure feeling, not like the Bose, but with this comes a sacrifice of having a background hiss, which is noticeable at some volume levels. Last and most importantly, sound quality. The H9i sound quality is excellent, but not perfect. Low end is the best I've ever heard in any headphone I've owned, delivering a clear, clean, punchy bass when needed. I can't stress how clean the bass sounded on well-mixed tracks. With the Bose, you can hear the sound have distorted edges around the bass notes as well as the Sony. But with the H9i, you can feel the depth. Having a frequency range of 20 Hz as a low end did concern me, but putting these on, all my worries went away, because then I realized having a relatively high frequency range did not equivocate to the feeling. Mids are great with noise cancellation off. Mids are perfectly fine and separated with noise cancelling off. But once you turn on the noise cancellation, you notice how it becomes recessed, and it's not terrible, but I wish it wasn't so. You can adjust it in the app, but it does little in comparison with the noise cancellation off. Now, the primary function of these headphones is with noise cancellation on, so that is why I'm a little bit judgmental in this department. Unlike the H9, the H9i comes with 4 noise cancelling microphones. So the noise cancelling microphones in each ear cup cancels out a little bit of the mids. I didn't notice this degradation with the Bose or Sony. The H9i sounds better than both, but when the noise cancellation is turned on, you can hear how the soundstage tightens up, which may be unattractive to some. The highs are a mixed bag. They stop at 20,000 Hz and are very beautiful, but they have a huge amount of sibilance. It's almost like a piercing sound effect which hurts you in the ears on the cymbal crashes. All in all, they could be improved. Some users on forums state that Bang & Olufsen is working on an update for those, so hopefully the highs improve. The highs are in no way rolled off like the Bose or the Sony and feel a lot more clear, but as long as you can get past the occasional sibilance, they do sound fine and separated. In the app, you can choose between 4 presets and blend in between. The warm setting reduces treble and introduces a lot of bass than needed. Excited creates more of a V-shaped signature with the treble and bass combined. Bright allows for more treble overall, with low pronounced bass, and the relaxed is essentially pronounced mids. You can increase the size of the circle to introduce a larger soundstage, but it's artificial and sounds somewhat weird. All-encompassing, the detail and the clarity needed is there, miles beyond the Bose or the Sony headsets. I can hear separation between the instruments. Separation between the highs, mids, and lows are linear and feel complete. The bass is deep and powerful. Everything feels like a balanced V-shaped sound signature, which keeps the fun in your music, but keeps everything at moderation at the same time. Also, it was easy to feel the 3D nature of music. With live recordings, I can literally point out to the location of the instruments. The soundstage is okay in this aspect for a closed can. As always, there are much better wired options in this price range, but for what it is, the sound quality is best in class. Comfort and build quality top-notch. It has a comfortable and appropriate feature set for its price range that will keep improving with software updates. Noise cancelling is perfectly fine for most listening environments, and as long as you can get past the sibilance and the highs, the sound quality is best in class and is easily adjustable in the app. Noise cancellation is perfectly fine for most listening environments, and as long as you can get past the sibilance and the highs, the sound quality is best in class and is easily adjustable through the app. Needless to say, even with the downsides, I'm honestly happy with this decision and I look forward to many years of ownership.